Young and the Restless. Next week's spoilers, Sally's horror and Kane's confession. And some stuff with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron. It's all good stuff. Claire and Holden's explosive confrontation. Secrets and blackmail in Genoa City. We're going to start with Claire and Holden and work our way back to the spoiler where Sally gets so shocked because it's huge. As this week ends, we have Claire sick and tired of Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. Claire and Audra go off on each other this week, fighting in front of Holden. He is playing referee, but he is clearly Team Claire. Audra rolled up talking trash about Claire for having a drink or two, or 5, with Holden. Audra then said she hoped that Claire went and dumped Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, because he is a liar and a cheater. Claire clapped back at Audra because she knows that Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, dumped her for doing that dirty deal with Victor Newman, Eric Braden, and then lying to Nate's face. Holden on Claire's side on YNR. Audra was also snapping at her ex, Holden, accusing him of using old pickup lines on Claire. Boy, he didn't like that. He was already over Audra and crushing on Claire. Holden told Audra to back off. He's definitely getting in the mix, taking sides. Claire then called Audra the B word, which, yeah, I get it. Audra snapped back at Claire about everyone thinking she's so innocent. But Audra knows Claire's terrible backstory when she tried to poison all the Newmans. Audra said, maybe Kyle should be the one to open his eyes about Claire and not the other way around. Claire's no pushover on Young and the Restless. Audra knows how to scheme, I'll give her that, but Claire is actually the dangerous one compared to her, so Audra needs to watch her back. However, there may also be more to Audra than we know of, maybe something a little dangerous in her past as well. Claire had had enough of Audra. She dropped a final insult and then marched out. Of course, Claire was tipsy, and Holden went chasing after Claire because he had no reason to stick around and talk to Audra, and he really does like Claire. Next week, Holden and Claire are talking in the park about what happened in LA. This is something we've heard about now for I don't even know, 8 or 9 months. The mysterious incident in LA. From the moment we met Holden we heard about this. There was an incident in LA where Holden helped Audra take care of something, and it had something to do with Tucker McCall, Trevor St. John. There was some kind of jam that Holden helped Audra out of while she was with Tucker. Holden is telling Claire about this because she really wants to know what went on back then. Holden says that what he and Audra did wasn't completely legal, which means it was illegal, which means it was criminal. Claire wants to know from Holden if he is trying to protect Audra, or if he's trying to protect himself, or if he's trying to protect both of them. I bet she'll get the info out of him. Will Claire blackmail Audra? Holden tells Claire that he's really afraid she won't look at him the same way if she finds out the truth about what happened. But I do think Holden is going to be honest with Claire about his past with Audra. I just wonder if it's something big enough and dirty enough that Claire could use it as blackmail on Young and the Restless. We know Kyle wants to try and run Audra out of Genoa City, and this info might be enough to do it if Claire shares the information with Kyle once she gets it out of Holden. But Claire might not betray Holden's confidence that way, so Claire might use that info herself. Daniel and Tessa's budding romance. A wedding song and new beginnings. Also, it's been a minute since we've seen Daniel and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, but they are getting closer. Tessa has already said her marriage to Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, is pretty much over, and Daniel admitted to his dad, Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, that he has feelings for Tessa. We've also got Danny and Christine Cricket Blair, Laura Lee Bell's wedding coming up next month. And Danny asked Daniel, Michael Graziadei, to be his best man. Now, it looks like Daniel might play a song at Danny and Christine's nuptials. When Tessa hears the song, she is floored. She's telling Daniel she can't wait to see how proud his dad, Danny, is going to be when Daniel plays his first song for Danny. It definitely sounds like Tessa might be the wedding plus one. Daniel also tells Tessa that she came up with the lyrics and the melody and turned the chords into something beautiful. Daniel takes it a step further and says, the song is beautiful like Tessa. She seems very touched by Daniel's words after getting ignored by her wife for a while. This is probably really good for her ego. Sally Spectra's Abbott.com launch party sabotaged. Kane Ashby's shocking confession. Alright, now I saved the most exciting for last. Sally has this big 1950s themed launch party all set up for the brand new company she's CEO of, Abbott.com. She reserved society for the event, and she jokingly invited Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, to be her plus one, even though he and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, are the Abbotts in the company name, but she is the boss. Sally made all these exciting plans for the launch party. Decor, food, drinks, everything. She told her boyfriend, so Billy knows how hard Sally has been working to get this all arranged. Then she and Billy are blindsided by something insane that happens next week. Sally and Billy walk into society and kind of announce their entrance. We're here. They're expecting a room full of guests, but nobody's there except for one person. Sally is horrified to see the place empty, not decorated as she planned. It's like somebody completely cancelled her launch, and she tells Billy, "Wait, whoa, hold on. Everything was supposed to be decked out. Where is everybody?" Then we see the one guy there. Kane, the culprit on Young and the Restless. Party crasher Kane Ashby is at the bar and says, "Hey guys, glad you both made it. I was starting to get worried." So, obviously he did this. Bear in mind, Kane is hot off the heels of a big argument with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, who stepped in and ran her mouth and blew this chance he had with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. He was making some progress with Lily and telling her he'd stopped the takeover stuff, which is a lie he's trying to sell all across town. Then Phyllis comes in and just makes him look like a liar. Kane's furious. He was yelling at Phyllis. He's more adamant now. He'll never work with her. Plus, Kane doesn't want to be part of an alliance with Victor to target Jabot to take down the Abbotts. However, Victor still has some blackmail he can leak to the press about Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, and said he was conning that lady out of her inheritance. All that we know is that he did inherit, but not how he made it happen. Did Kane snatch up Abbott.com? So maybe Kane has done something to get control of Abbott.com to use it against the Newmans and to stop them from coming after the Abbotts. We'll see. Whatever stunt he's pulling with Billy and Sally, we're going to see Kane confessing to at least some of this new plan next week. If he dangles revenge on Victor in Billy's face and
Sally
dangles
Spector
Chancellor
thought
she had
too.
finally found stability in Genoa City. A new design project at Marchetti, her deepening friendship with Adam Newman, and even the faint hope of redemption after her string of personal losses. But everything is about to crumble when she discovers that someone has been sabotaging her work from the inside. Early in the week, Sally is blindsided when a major investor pulls out of her latest fashion line launch, claiming that leaked images and prototype flaws have made the project untenable. At first, Sally assumes it's just another unlucky break, until she finds evidence that someone intentionally tampered with her files. Nick Newman, ever the steady voice of reason, tries to console her, suggesting maybe a technical glitch was to blame. But when Adam catches Sally in tears in her office late one night, she confides that she suspects sabotage, and that she might know exactly who's behind it. The horror deepens when Sally's suspicions turn toward Chloe Mitchell, her closest ally and business partner. She finds deleted emails on a shared server and a draft message to Marchetti's parent company suggesting Sally be phased out. The betrayal rocks her to her core. In one harrowing scene, Sally confronts Chloe in Crimson Lights. Their argument turns fiery, emotions spilling over from years of friendship, resentment, and ambition. Sally's voice cracks as she asks, "How could you destroy everything we built together?" Chloe insists she's innocent, but when a mysterious text appears on her phone during the confrontation, Sally realizes the betrayal may go deeper than either of them imagined. By week's end, Sally receives a horrifying message. A photo of her ruined designs and the chilling words, "You were never meant to win." The question now is, who's out to destroy her, and why? Kane Ashby returns with a dark confession. Meanwhile, Genoa City is thrown into a frenzy when Kane Ashby returns. Unannounced, uninvited, and seemingly burdened by guilt. His sudden reappearance at the Chancellor Mansion catches Jill Abbott off guard. She embraces her former son-in-law warmly but immediately senses something is wrong. Kane looks weary, haunted, and secretive. Rumors begin to swirl around town that Kane's return isn't purely social. Devon Hamilton confronts him at Society, demanding to know why he's back after vanishing overseas for so long. Kane admits he's been trying to make peace with his past, but his eyes betray him when Devon mentions the forged will scandal that nearly destroyed their family trust years ago. By midweek, Kane's guilt reaches a boiling point. He meets Lily Winters in Chancellor Park, their reunion fraught with unspoken emotions and painful memories. Lily, now a strong and centered leader, demands the truth. "What are you really doing here, Kane?" And that's when he finally confesses. Kane reveals he's been hiding something for years, that he knows who truly forged Catherine Chancellor's will. His voice shakes as he admits that during his time abroad, he discovered evidence suggesting a shocking connection between the forgery and someone still residing in Genoa City. Lily's eyes widen in disbelief as Kane drops a bombshell. The forger was connected to Tucker McCall. According to Kane, he stumbled upon documents linking Tucker's financial accounts to the mysterious transactions used to pay off the forger years ago. But there's more. Kane admits he covered it up, fearing retaliation and wanting to protect Jill and Devon from more heartache. His silence, he says, was a coward's choice. And now he's come home to make things right. Fallout and emotional chaos. The fallout from Kane's confession will send ripples through every major family in Genoa City. Jill is furious when she learns the truth. Not only at Tucker but also at Kane for hiding it. Devon, already distrustful of Tucker's manipulations, vows to uncover proof and confront his father head-on. Tucker, meanwhile, catches wind of Kane's claims and begins his own quiet counterattack. He warns Kane to leave town again, or else. But this time, Kane refuses to back down. In one gripping scene, the two men face off in the Grand Phoenix lobby, with tension so thick it's almost unbearable. "You built your empire on lies," Kane seethes. "And now I'm tearing it all down." Ashley Abbott witnesses the confrontation and becomes deeply uneasy, questioning whether Tucker's secrets may run deeper than anyone realized. Devon and Abby, caught in the middle, must decide where their loyalties truly lie, to family or to the truth. Sally and Kane's worlds collide. As Sally's horror story escalates and Kane's confession sends shockwaves through the city, fate will intertwine their paths in an unexpected way. Late in the week, Sally runs into Kane at Society, shaken after discovering her apartment has been broken into. Kane recognizes the fear in her eyes, and in a surprising moment of compassion, offers to help her. Their unlikely connection sparks intrigue. Could Kane become Sally's unexpected ally? Or is he being drawn into a new web of deceit that could destroy them both? Together, they begin piecing together clues about Sally's sabotage, and the chilling possibility that her professional destruction may somehow connect to the same shadowy network that Kane uncovered. Next week's cliffhanger. As Friday approaches, The Young and the Restless ends on a shocking cliffhanger. Sally receives another mysterious message, this time with a name. "Ask Tucker McCall why your designs disappeared." At the same moment, Kane receives a threatening phone call warning him to stop digging into things that should stay buried. The camera pans out from Genoa City's glittering skyline as two storylines converge. Sally's horror and Kane's confession becoming threads in a larger tapestry of power, secrets, and revenge. The question everyone will be asking next week: who's really pulling the strings in Genoa City? And will Sally and Kane survive the truth?